able to look at the tape and see exactly what your stats are. Don't be shy about what your stats are, man. How many of us want to go out there and we want to lose weight? How many of us say, you know what, I gotta lose weight, I want to get smaller. But we scared to step on a scale and look at where we are in the first place. Don't be scared, man. You can get to your journey, but you gotta be realistic and gotta start somewhere. Embrace the start and go for yours. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. First of all, let's thank God for the blessing of a brand new day and the opportunity to once again enhance self. God could have made your whole life one sunrise and one sunset, but he chose to break it down. So no matter how dark it has been, today we have been blessed with the light of another day. And today I want to talk about increasing and decreasing as a part of your body, guys, that as you guys are out there working to pursue your goals, to grow and accomplish what you want to accomplish. There's a lot of people out there who believe in Mud2TheSubs and empowering themselves. And right now, there's an epidemic going on right now. Everybody's talking about it, which is perfect. You know, you can get in shape. You can get your muscles. You can hit the gym. They have shots now that you can take to lose weight because people are really concerned with their appearance. They want to be, you know, bigger, stronger, or even smaller, leaner, whatever the case may be. But I want to talk about a part of the body that you can't just go get a shot for. That's very important. But it can determine whether whether or not this part of the body is really big or this part of your body is really, really small. And the difference between this part of your body being really large and big and open and happy, or this part of your body being small and dark makes all the difference in the world. I want to talk about the heart, for instance, right? You get to decide what type of heart you have. For instance, there's two kinds of people, right? You have a person that comes out and he kind of deals with everybody as if they're on the ceiling, meaning that he comes to people, he brings a smile. He means his sincerity. He looks in the eye, how you doing, my brother? How's it going? What's going on? Welcome to meet you. And then if this person begins to display behavior, every time they display certain behavior or certain habits that they have, then at that point, that person goes from the ceiling and gets lower and lower and lower and lower, and they begin to lose trust for this particular individual because this person has shown them that this person is not what they came off to be. So you come to everybody and you assume that there's, you know, nothing crazy about that particular individual, and you come with a sincere heart because you're saying, hey, man, you've never done anything to wrong me, and nobody has told me that I trust that things are going on with you, so I'm going to come at you as if you're at the ceiling. You would have to display bad behavior for me to take you to the floor. That keeps the person's heart happy that's dealing with people. But you have some people who walk around, and as far as they're concerned, everybody in the world is at the floor. They're always frowning. As far as they're concerned, you're an enemy. I don't know you. I don't know nothing about you. I'm assuming you're going to do anything crazy to me at any moment. And what happens is, they operate their life putting everybody at the floor. And then whoever does something good, whoever does something for them, whoever's shown themselves to be good, they'll begin to elevate that person step by step. Now, don't get me wrong. That may be a safe way of going about things and a way to protect yourself. But if you go through the world assuming everybody is the worst of themselves, what you do is you develop a situation where you walk around angry and negative and closed up, as opposed to dealing with everybody the way you should feel about yourself, which is happy and healthy. And those things and those thoughts and the way you move is all pertaining to the size and the way you deal with people according to your heart. For instance, if there's an issue going on with your heart and you know something's happening with your family, or, you know, when I say be brave, brave ain't always just fighting. All of us have been there where we had to deal with a situation that made us uncomfortable. Brave could be you in a marriage and, you know, there's certain issues and you just want to run, you know what I mean? Or you want to fight for the jihad of your marriage. But how many of us, and when I speak to you guys, remember I'm speaking to myself as well, because we all go through these particular things, right? But do you decide with your heart to be brave? Do you decide with your heart to be steadfast in any difficulty that's in front of you? Or you decide to be cowardly and you decide to flee every time there's a difficulty in front of you? At the end of the day, you decide how big your heart is by the decisions that you make. I'll give you another one. A lot of us always talk about, man, look, Si, I want to start a business. I want to grow. I want to be successful. And they talk about what is it like to make money? What is it like to have so much more coming in than you had before? Well, at the end of the day, I tell people that money is a magnifying glass, and what it does, it makes things larger. So if you every now and then went to a game and you're really into sports, you'll probably go to more. If you're into this, you'll probably be able to do it more because you don't really have to stop because you have the finances to continue. So you have to be mindful, because when you get money, how is your heart? Is your heart I earned this, this is mine, give me my flowers, give me my trophy, or do you give, do you share with other people because you understand that maybe the reason why God has blessed you with that money is so that you can help someone who is in more need than you. I'm not saying give nobody your rent money, guys. I'm not saying if you're saving for your daughter and she's about to go to college and you have a bill that you're working for. I'm not saying anything foolish, because then you're not respecting the blessing in itself in the first place. I'm saying when you have extra, and we all know when we have extra, we all know we don't need to be on our 65th pair of shoes. Do you take the time to give? Do you take the time to share? Or do you become stingy and you become miserly? And when you look at your bank account, you're not just checking to see how many zeros are in your bank account. You're checking to make sure that every single day there's more and more and more, because you have totally fell in love with the fact of increase, and you look at every time you help others as a decrease. You have to check the size of your heart, because if your heart is right, you will want to help others. You will want to do things for others. At the end of the day, some of us say, listen, that's a grown man. He can do whatever he need to do. That's a grown woman. She need to go out and get a job. And sometimes things that people do disgust us, and we get closed up in our heart. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we say, you know what, God, please protect me from that. It could be something that really bothers you. You see a guy walking down the street and he's a grown man dressed like a woman. Yes, that's supposed to bother you, but do you just say, hey, God, protect me from that? Or do you also say, hey, God, protect me from the experiences that person has went through that led to that type of decision? When you see somebody homeless that's out there, you got a sign, man, you need to go to get a job. Do you say, hey, God, protect me from homelessness? Or do you say, hey, God, protect me from the experiences that particular individual has went through that led to that type of decision, where they felt like pulling up a cardboard sign and standing on the side of a road was a good idea? How many of us have to remember that we don't know what that particular person has been through? We don't know what that particular person has experienced. So I'm not saying you justify their behavior, but when you're asking God for protection, ask him to protect you from the experience that they had that made them think that was a good idea, so that we can have empathy in our heart and understand that though it's not our place, we're supposed to point out right from wrong, but at the same time, we don't know what that person totally is being tested with and what they went through and they passed or failed. Also, I want to talk about having a heart of wanting for your brother what you want for yourself. So many guys that talk about, when you talk to them about their dream is them. They say, you know what, dog, I need to wake up in the loft. You know what I mean? I want the white towels. I want the heated floors, my guy. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the tomahawk steak and the bad wife or two or three or whatever you into your religion. And then I want to jump on my bad car, man. And I want to go to the game. And if they were to describe their dream, the word I comes out so many times in their dream, and they haven't truly checked their heart, because no we's came out of their mouth. No us came out of their mouth. No team came out of their mouth, only the word I. So they were so concerned with themselves. So you cannot tell me you want for your brother what you want for yourself when you describe your dream and you do not describe it in a manner that your brother's okay too. Or you describe it, he's okay because I'm going to give him a couple dollars. He's okay because I promise I'm going to look out. He's okay because I'm going to give my boy a job. Or do you want him to have the same successes as you? If you see somebody who have things that you want, it's okay to say, man, I would love to have those things as well, but it's not okay to pray on their downfall. And it's not okay, as long as you don't have them, to have an issue with that person and the blessings that God may have blessed them with. So as we out here, guys, working to become successful, as we out here working to increase ourselves, as we out here hitting the gym to become strong, as we out here dieting and getting rid of the carbs to lose weight, as all of us need to do, remember, we also need to work on that body part called the heart, because that heart determines who you really are. That's my story, guys, and I'm sticking to it. able to look at the tape and see exactly what your stats are. Don't be shy about what your stats are, man. How many of us want to go out there and we want to lose weight? How many of us say, you know what, I gotta lose weight, I want to get smaller, but we're scared to step on a scale and look at where we are in the first place. Don't be scared, man. You can get to your journey, but you gotta be realistic and gotta start somewhere. Embrace the start and go for yours.